There's something no one in the self-help space wants to admit. You've done the work. You've sat in the mornings, eyes closed, repeating the words. You've written the affirmations, built the vision boards, believed, or at least tried to believe, with everything you had. And something still didn't move. So here's what I need to say before anything else. It wasn't your fault. But it wasn't working either. And there's a very specific reason why. The universe does not respond to your thoughts. Not in the way you've been taught. It does not respond to your words. Affirmations, mantras, declarations spoken into a mirror, none of that is the signal. None of that is what actually moves reality. There is something else. Something deeper, more physical, more constant, and more powerful than anything your mind can produce. And the moment you truly understand what it is, not just intellectually, but in your body, everything changes. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what the universe is actually responding to, why what you've tried before was missing it, and how to align with it starting today. The brain generates an electromagnetic field. It's real, measurable, and it extends about 2 to 3 centimeters beyond your skull. That's it. The heart is different. According to research from the HeartMath Institute, the heart's electromagnetic field is approximately 5,000 times more powerful than the brain's, extending several feet outside the body in every direction. So when you think positive thoughts while your chest holds anxiety, while your gut is knotted with worry, you're whispering into a thunderstorm. Thinking positive is like sending a text with no signal. The message never leaves the device. Now, affirmations. When you repeat a statement your nervous system doesn't believe, it doesn't align. It resists. The biochemist Candace Pert demonstrated that emotions aren't just experiences, they're chemistry, physical events happening inside every cell of your body. So when you say, "I am abundant," while your body holds the chemistry of scarcity, your system doesn't reconcile those two things. It creates friction, and that friction is precisely the signal being sent. The universe doesn't read your words. It reads the gap between your words and what you actually are in that moment. So if it's not thoughts and it's not words, what is it? The universe responds to your state of being, not your state of thinking, not your state of speaking, your state of being. The emotional, physiological frequency you inhabit not for 5 minutes in the morning, but as your default, as your baseline, as the place you return to when life gets quiet and you're not actively trying. That is the signal, and it is broadcasting right now, 24 hours a day. The physics. You've heard of the double slit experiment, particles behaving differently depending on whether they are observed. The act of observation itself changes the outcome. Physicist David Bohm spent his career arguing that beneath visible reality lies what he called the implicate order, an invisible field of potential from which physical reality continuously unfolds. The observer is not neutral, the observer is not passive, and the observer is not your I. The observer in the deepest sense is your emotional state. Your state of being is the lens through which potential collapses into experience. The neurology. Your nervous system runs a constant loop. Thought generates emotion, emotion creates body chemistry filters what you perceive, and what you perceive confirms the original thought, round and round. When you are in chronic fear or scarcity, your amygdala is activated, and your brain is literally calibrated to filter out opportunities before they reach conscious awareness. You don't just feel bad, you perceive a different world than someone whose nervous system is in a state of openness and trust. The law of resonance. You've heard of the law of attraction, like attracts like, but here is a more precise version. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you match. Resonance is physics. When two things vibrate at the same frequency, they entrain, they synchronize, they find each other not because one is reaching for the other, but because they are already the same thing. Let me tell you about Maya. For 2 years, she visualized the relationship she wanted, 20 minutes every morning in detail with genuine belief. But for the other 23 hours of the day, she moved through the world in a quiet state of insufficiency, a background hum of "I am not quite enough." That state was her signal. 20 minutes of conscious visualization against 23 hours of unconscious lack. The universe was not ignoring Maya. It was responding perfectly and precisely to the dominant frequency she was broadcasting.
This is not a new discovery. 3,000 years of human tradition arrived here first. The Taoist concept of Wu Wei, effortless action, moving in alignment with the natural order, was not a philosophy of passivity, it was a technology of alignment. The Stoics called it the Logos. The Hermetic tradition stated it most directly. Nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. And those rates determine how things relate to each other in reality. Dr. Joe Dispenza has documented cases of chronic illness disappearing through deliberate changes in internal state, with before and after brain scans and medical records. The pattern is consistent. A sustained shift in emotional and neurological state preceded the physical change, not the other way around. 3,000 years of spiritual tradition and 3 decades of frontier science are pointing at the same thing. Your internal state is not a passive response to reality. It is an active participation in it. Here's the practice. 3 steps. The order is everything. Step 1. State. Before you visualize or affirm, you need to be in a physiologically real state. Close your eyes. Place one hand on your chest. Breathe in a smooth, rhythmic pattern. 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. Then recall a real memory, a moment from your actual past when you felt genuine gratitude, love, or wonder. Not a visualization of something you want, a memory of something that already happened. Your nervous system knows the difference. Let that memory fill your chest. That is cardiac coherence. Within 60 to 90 seconds, your body chemistry shifts. You have changed your broadcast. Step 2. Emission. Now and only now do you visualize. From within the state of completeness you just created, let your mind move toward what you want. Not as wish, as a recognition. Don't visualize from the position of someone hoping. Visualize from the position of someone who already knows. Hold this for 2 minutes. Not straining, not grasping, just inhabiting it. Step 3. Release. This is where most people fail. You have to let it go. Think about ordering at a restaurant. You tell the server what you want, you close the menu, and then you move on. You trust the process without white-knuckling the table. That feeling, trusting without needing, knowing without grasping, is the most powerful signal you can send. After your 2 minutes, take one long breath, and as you exhale, release the image. Hand it over. Let the field work. Do this twice daily, morning and evening, when your brain sits in that receptive alpha state between sleep and full waking consciousness. I told you I'd give you the deeper layer. Here it is. You can do the SER practice perfectly every day and still experience limited results if you have active shadow states running in the background. Carl Jung said something that has never left me. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Every limiting belief is an active emotional state. I don't deserve this. People like me don't get that kind of life. It's too good to be true. These are not just thoughts. They are recurring emotional states with physiological signatures, and they broadcast alongside your conscious intentions, constantly, quietly, and powerfully. The shadow doesn't announce itself. It simply colors everything. It competes with your conscious signal at every moment. So how do you find it? Take a piece of paper. Complete these sentences without thinking, without editing, without censoring. Write whatever arrives first. Money is, successful people are, when things are going well for me, eventually, I don't have what I want because. Don't filter. Don't reach for the right answer. What you find in those completions are your active shadow states, the beliefs your unconscious has been holding while your conscious mind looked away.
Each one is a competing signal running in the background while you do your morning practice, while you try to stay positive, while you work the steps. The universe isn't ignoring you. It's responding perfectly to everything you're sending, including the parts you haven't looked at yet. The universe responds to your state of being, not the state you perform for 5 minutes in the morning, the state you live in, the one you return to by default. That is your true signal. That is your true point of attraction. This is not another thing to get right or you'll fail. It is an invitation to stop performing alignment and start inhabiting it, to stop trying to convince the universe and start becoming someone it cannot help but respond to. The shift is not in your mind, it's in your chest, in the quality of the silence you carry, in what you return to when no one is watching and nothing is happening. Start there, with the practice, with the shadow work, with the willingness to look at what's actually running underneath the surface. Then watch, not with desperation, not with white-knuckled hope, but with the quiet confidence of someone who has sent a clear signal and is simply, patiently allowing the response to arrive. Before you go, one question, and I genuinely want your answer in the comments. What is the one emotion you return to most often when life gets quiet and you're not actively trying? One word, drop it below. Because naming it is the first act of making it conscious, and making it conscious is the first step towards choosing something different. You are not trying to convince the universe, you are learning to become the version of you it cannot help but respond to.